Sastasha Seagrat, a cavern carved from the western shores of Vilbrand by the thrashing waters of the Indigo Deep, long shrouded in infamy as the former home of the dread pirate Mistbeard and current lair of the Serpent Reavers. It is here where young adventurers venture forth, their courage and mettle put to the test. For many, it is the first true trial of their ability to work together as a group, a crucial stepping stone towards the path of heroism. But for some, it can lead one down a darker path, a path where morality becomes muddled, and the allure of wealth and power threatens to consume even the most virtuous of souls. Beware, for Sastasha is a place where destiny is forged and fates are sealed. Picture, if you will, a group of young adventurers hungry for fame and fortune. Avere Bravearm, age 19, gladiator, enthusiastic, but very inexperienced. His bravado and verbal abuse of his girlfriend mask a desperate fear of not living up to her courage and devotion. Edda Pureheart, age 16, conjurer, left a poor village in Abalathia's spine with her childhood sweetheart, Avere, vowing to make a life together as adventurers after their relationship blossomed into romance. Leovine Painfor, age 21, archer, a dusk-white Elizin from Gridania. Her attraction to Avere is already starting to turn her against Edda. Peo Reo, age 22, thaumaturge, charmed by Avere's enthusiasm and leadership qualities, and his eyes clouded with dreams of wealth and success. He's oblivious to the evident red flags. This is their first challenge, but already the cracks are starting to show. Following the future warrior of light into the depths of the cave, they have a relatively easy time on their first adventure. And buoyed by this success, they venture into Tamtera Deepcroft. Once a crypt with the nobility of long-gone Galmora would inter their dead, later taken over by an apocalyptic cult to perform their hideous rites. Now a place where darkness reigns and danger lurks around every corner. It is not such an easy adventure for Edda and her group. Avere's enthusiasm gets the better of him, and he charges ahead, to be caught off guard and fall before his healer is in range. The remaining members of the party escape with their lives, but the loss of their leader leaves them shaken to their core. In the aftermath of the tragedy, blame falls upon Edda, who is unable to heal Avere in time. The group splinters, and each member going their separate ways, and the grieving Edda finds herself alone, with nothing left of her betrothed, except his head in a bag. The young adventurer disappears from view for a time, although it is known that she approaches the newly minted Warrior of Light at one point. What they talk about is unknown. When reached for comment later, the Warrior of Light is not forthcoming. Leovine washes up at the Waking Sands. With no clear direction, she finds herself listlessly performing menial tasks, admitting that she had become attracted to Avere and was devastated by his loss. But as the days pass, a newfound purpose begins to stir within her. Leovine discovers a hunger for adventure and a drive to make a difference in the world around her. With renewed vigor, she sets her sights on a brighter future and eagerly awaits the opportunity to embark on perilous missions for the enigmatic Minfilia. Alas, fate is not always kind. As the winds of war begin to stir, the peaceful sanctuary of the Waking Sands is shattered by a surprise attack of Imperial forces. In a cruel twist of destiny, Leovine's dreams are once again torn apart. Tattered pages of her journal recovered later from deep within the Tamtera Deepcroft chronicle the descent of Edda at this time. At first, she wanders the land aimlessly, lost in the throes of grief. She returns to her home village, but the comfort of familiarity eludes her. The weight of loss is too heavy to bear, and so she sets out on a journey with no clear destination in mind.
You've been looking deathly pale of late. The scorching heat of Thanalin doesn't agree with you. You were never fond of hot climes, and it was a mistake to come here. Let's make for Curtis, where the bracing air will put roses on your cheeks. I know, it's not easy being without a body. I promised to find one for you, but you must have patience. You are my husband-to-be, and there's nothing I would not do for you. Give me time, my love, and I shall make you whole again.
The more she clings to hope of bringing Avere back from the dead, the more her mind begins to unravel. The line between reality and madness blurs, and the darkness seeps into her very soul. It seems that if you talk to a rotting head in a bag long enough, eventually it will start to talk back.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, my love, but we cannot afford to compromise, not where your new body is concerned. Ordinary adventurers die often enough, leaving their ordinary corpses. But if you are to be like the warrior of light, we cannot settle for anything less than extraordinary.
How did she acquire such knowledge of the occult arts she later demonstrates? It remains a mystery, shrouded in the shadows of forbidden magic. Perhaps it was the necromancer Nybeth who whispered secrets in her ear, encouraging her to defy the natural order of life and death. Whatever the case may be, one thing is certain. Ada's obsession will lead her down a path from which there is no return.
With the nigh endless supply of bodies here, I will make you well again, my love. Then we shall be wed as man and wife, and forever be joined as the gods intended.
In the world of adventure, chance encounters can have unforeseen consequences. Such is the case when the Warrior of Light happens upon a distraught Pio Reo. It seems that Pio has received an invitation from Edda to a most unusual wedding, one that will take place in the very depths of the Tamtera Deepcroft, where all this tragedy began. And the groom, none other than Avere, who perished in those same accursed halls. Pio tells the warrior that Leovine has already accepted the invitation. But when the Warrior of Light reveals that Leovine had passed away some time ago, Pio is stunned, filled with remorse for not being there for Edda during her time of need. He resolves to attend the wedding in the hopes of helping his troubled friend find peace. Together, the warrior and Pio make a solemn pilgrimage to Leovine's grave, only to find it desecrated and her body missing. With a sense of foreboding, they set out for the Tamtera Deepcroft, unsure of what they will find, or what horrors may await within. Returning to the Tamtera Deepcroft, its murky halls set a scene of ominous foreboding. But what these two adventurers find within is beyond their wildest nightmares. Leovine, once a person with their own dreams and flaws, is now reduced to a mere puppet, an animated corpse sent to wear them down on their way towards their final destination. Falling for a final time, her last words are,
"I told them she was weird, but they wouldn't listen."
And waiting for them at the end of their journey is Edda and the grotesquely reanimated head of Avere. Her plan revealed, she intends to take the body of the Warrior of Light as a replacement vessel for Avere to inhabit. But neither monstrous flying head nor mad woman can stand against the Warrior of Light. And when Avere is struck down, Edda stumbles back in horror and falls from the platform, her expression softening to a smile as she is lost to the depths below. Believing that their journey has come to a close, the Warrior of Light and the diminutive thaumaturge depart from the dungeon. But as they leave, the shadows behind them stir. Pio Reo is shaken by something he sees in the dark. Whatever it is, he does not say. It is not until much later that it becomes possible to piece together what happens next. It seems that the necromancer Nybeth had been watching all along, lurking in the shadows. And when Edda fell, he saw an opportunity, a chance to bend the very fabric of life and death to his will. He recovered Edda's body and fused her soul into it, shaping her into a weapon to be used against the very person she had admired most, the Warrior of Light. And so, deep in the palace, Nybeth and his newly created puppet wait, ready to strike. And so the warrior, having faced countless foes on his journey, finds himself once again confronting a familiar foe. But this time, his adversary has been imbued with dark and twisted powers that would have been impossible to overcome for anyone else. But the Warrior of Light is not so easily defeated. In a fierce battle, the warrior overcomes Edda once again, releasing her from the mortal prison that she no longer desires. And as the tragic spirit fades from view, she leaves behind a ring that glints in the flickering gloom, a haunting reminder of her presence. But even in defeat, there is a sense of victory. The lost soul has been released from the darkness that consumed her, and can finally achieve the peace she so desperately craves, returning at last to the life stream. And the Warrior of Light, with his unwavering determination and bravery, has once again proven that even the darkest of foes can be overcome. By seeming coincidence, it is not long after that the Warrior of Light once again encounters Pyoreo. Oblivious, as ever, to the reality of the situation, the drunken Lalafell recalls the abusive relationship of Edda and Avere as storybook romance. And choosing to believe in the best of them, he longs to honor the memory of the couple, using the engagement ring that Edda carried with her to her death, and the one that Avere left lying in a river. Burying the two rings in a spot overlooking the lights of Limsa, the Lalafell mutters some words of remembrance, before taking a few moments of silence. As the warrior turns to leave, he seems to hear a whisper on the wind. "Thank you." And so we reach the end of Edda's tragic story. Or do we? Some have claimed that if you are in the right spot at the right time, you just might catch a glimpse of the spirit of the tragic conjurer. For in this world of darkness and danger, nothing is as it seems, and the line between friend and foe, life and death, is a fragile one indeed. So beware, for you never know what horrors may be lurking just beyond the light.
Hey all, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, praise the 12 by giving it a like and comment, or by subscribing. It goes a long way to helping the channel. Don't forget, new videos every week, and if you want to engage with us further, why not check out our Discord and Patreon in the link below and become a part of our community. With that said, see you around, fellow archons.